Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Sean John, founder, CEO of JumpingJackMovers.com. Hope everybody's having a great, the most wonderful, amazing day ever. And I hope you guys are excited about the new year, as excited as I am, because I understand what's happening, what we're going into. And for a lot of you, it's going to be the greatest time ever. So just get excited about that. Keep that in mind. So I wanted to come on here today because I talk a lot about growing your business, finding your customer base, growing your customer base, creating loyalty, creating fans, creating a wonderful customer experience, getting paid upfront, building your business, how to charge, all those things. But I realized, I was like, man, one thing, because I had a conversation recently with someone I met, and they were in college, and this guy was in college, and he was like, he stopped by my house. He ended up having to come to my house because, for whatever reason, right? And so we ended up in my garage, and he's like, man, I love your house. It's very nice. Like, how do you afford to live in this neighborhood and whatnot? And so I was like, well, believe it or not, I was in the moving industry and I made a lot of money. And so he was like, well, I'm 22. I'm in college for economics. Some I don't know. I didn't say this, but some worthless degree. It's not going to pay you a lot. If you're going to go to college, make sure the degree is worth 10 times the debt that you're going to take on. That's a video on my other channel, Ready, Set, Wealth. If you want to learn personal finance, go over to that channel. If you want to learn how to create a middleman business where you don't have to do the work, then go over to Middleman CEO. Otherwise, follow me on my Instagram and Facebook at Moving Biz CEO. And thank you for everybody who's a new subscriber. Thank you for everybody who's purchased the Moving Success Masterclass. And for everyone who's going to purchase the class, thank you too. I'll see you guys in the VIP starting in January. It's going to be awesome. You can only get in there by being a member of being enrolled in the Moving Success Masterclass. The link is right below in the comments. Grab it real quick. So we're going to talk about 5 things that you probably shouldn't do if you're starting a business. Now, these things are going to be controversial because he was asking me about starting a moving business and whatnot. And I realized, man, I've been training people because I was like, go to this channel, go to my Moving Biz CEO on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and you get some good content. Then I realized it was like, hey, you know what? I don't talk a lot about startup. I talk a lot about growing the business. So today we're going to talk about 5 things that you should not do, the do-nots of starting a moving business up front. So it's going to be a short video, but it's going to be powerful. It's going to be packed with a lot of good content, a lot of great information, and it's going to be something really amazing. And so just hang tight. I don't know if the lights are affecting my eyes or what. Things starting to look a little blurry. And so hang tight. So here we go, guys. We're going to talk about 5 things real quick that if I'm you, I wouldn't do these things right away. These are things I would not practice probably in the first 90 days of being in business. All right. So I know a lot of them is going to be controversial, especially a couple. And because I see you out there, I can hear you. And but it's just my recommendation. Of course, you don't have to do this, but it's something that I would advise you to do if you were just starting out. And this is what I would do based on my experience. All right. So number 1, I hope you guys can see this. So, and in no particular order, but I'm just going to give you 5. One's not more important than the other, but just 5, right? So the first thing going into it, the number 1 thing I would do is I would not accept credit cards. And I won't go into a lot of detail about my why I wouldn't, and I'll try to keep it very short with respect for your time and respect for my time. But I would not accept credit cards up front. Reason I wouldn't, well, a couple reasons. Credit cards, they do cost you a percentage of your purchase. When I'm starting out a business, I want to try to get my 3%, get my 4 or 5% of everything, right? I want to try to hold on to as much cash as possible so that I can reinvest it into my business. I do understand one day I will, but for right now, I'll try to avoid that. I'll get Zelle, Cash App, some other things to try to avoid that fee, right? Because that comes out of my payment. I don't want to work and then give up my money, whatever percentage, right? So up front, I try to hold on to as much cash as possible. There's some other options, but I would not take credit cards. And probably the number 1 reason, disputes and chargebacks. Customers are really smart now. Whenever I first started out, this wasn't an issue, but now it's a huge issue where customers will let you do the work, pay you, and then charge it right back, especially if your paperwork and things are not right. They'll charge you right back and win. And the bank doesn't care about you. They don't care about small business because they make you prove your case and they don't make them do the same. And they'll get their money back and you'll lose money and your money. So you don't want to do that. The other thing going with this, I would not, and again, in no particular order, I'm just listing 5 things. I would not list my company on Google or any other platform where I can get a review. Reason I wouldn't do that is because as a startup, I don't know what I'm doing. Sure, you may have some training or whatnot, but trust me, when it comes to running a business, it's not the same as just showing up and being a helper or a lead guy. You are the business. If we hadn't created a business yet, it's a job for you, that's fine, but you are the business, you are the job. So if you go out and not perform well, they can go to your platform, leave you a banged up review, smash your business, and that review might cost you $10,000 for the next month, 2 months, 3 months. Because customers would have to read through the review, and they're going to read your bad reviews. They're not going to read your good ones. They're going to read your bad ones. They have to read through the review, find out, and then make a decision, find out what you did wrong, and then make a decision about, because people are negative. We're more negative than positive. Gonna find out what you did wrong, and then they have to decide whether or not they want to use you. So however bad it is, they have to overcome that to call you. And in most cases, they won't. So it's going to cost you a lot of money. I don't recommend listing your business on Google up front. It's just going to be a struggle. Learn your process, learn your business, and then list where you can get reviews. Otherwise, you don't want reviews until maybe the first 90 days. Last thing, and I'm going to speed up real quick because I got to get going. Just going to put So this is advertising. Third thing, I would not be using paid advertisement. If I do, it's very minimal, just a couple dollars, right? But I would not be using paid advertisement because I can't afford, maybe some of you can, but it's just me. If I'm starting out, I'm not going to put hundreds of thousands of dollars into advertising because I have not started generating income. So what I'll do is I'll organically create some income using free or flat tier bottom line advertising. Then once I create that and make more money, then I'll look into paid advertising. But until I start making money, I'm not going to put money into paid advertising because I just don't have the money to invest. I need to make money. So I have to do the hard way. And it's not really hard. I teach you at least 5 ways in my Moving Success Masterclass where you can learn to make, get moves without having to spend a bunch of money up front, right? So number 4, I would not go out and buy a truck. Reason I wouldn't is because the truck, equipment, all the things you need, you can rent that. Someone already has it and they're willing to sell it to you or rent it to you and then you can give it back. So use what you need, borrow what you need, give it back, repeat the process until you're making enough cash flow to go get your own equipment. Otherwise, you don't have to have that up front. Borrow it. Whatever you need, somebody's already got it. Just go borrow it from them, right? Rent it from them. And the last thing, a lot of you make this mistake, but it's because you're thinking small that you do this. I would not use my personal phone number for my business. I would go and get a prepaid phone, whatever I have to do, but I would never use my personal phone for business. Reason being is because I want to think like a CEO from day one. I want to think about owning a business, not owning a job. If you can't go to church or dinner without your phone ringing and you got to run out and answer it, congratulations, you have a job. You've created a job, not a business. A business operates away from you, without you, doesn't need you. A job requires you. So if you have to answer the phone to make money, you got a job. If someone else answers the phone to make money for you, you have a business, right? So I know I went through it really quickly. I was trying to go fast intentionally, but these are some things, just 5 quick things. If you disagree, drop it in the comments. If you agree, drop it in the comments. Hit thumbs up, hit thumbs down. I don't care. Just interact with me. At least let me know that you're paying attention and that this does make sense and I'm giving you good content. If you're in the VIP, I'll see you soon. If you haven't enrolled in the Masterclass, go ahead and click the link in the comments below. Very affordable. Get it. You'll be in the VIP. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care and have a great, great, great New Year and stay safe.